Hi. This poem is called Swept. It started out as a exercise in just something totally mundane and just describing it very specifically. But then it took a darker turn when I started thinking about Hannah Arendt and her idea of the banality of evil. And then I just started thinking about our society and these things we take for granted and some of the deeper issues that they raise, if you really think about them, things we grew up on, things we grew up hearing and seeing and took for granted, and some of those more sinister aspects of the implications. So this is called Swept. Brooming puffy tufts, jittery jumping dust bunnies, easing back a dustpan etched and weary, swiping again and again, and leaving infinitely divisible lines of finer particles, until, like Mr. Owl, for he is the wisest of us all, who glibly counts a 1, a 2, a 3. One says fuck it and swiftly whisks remnants to the void, a mildly entropic apostate diaspora. Probing lint-trimmed corners bounded by interior offices, words, musty 3-tab manila folders in rusted steel drawers jammed shut. When Hoover and Xerox were verbs and nouns and nothing sucked like an Electrolux, and Quaker Oats told children to vote for Quisp or Quake, the same cereal in different boxes, emblems of the failed two-party state, how could white barkeeps serve Negroes and not smash their glasses? So that's what I'm talking about. When you just see, you can't tell, that people are the same underneath because you're focused on, their skin color or different parts of their background. And so if you're going to be that way, you have to follow through and treat them disrespectfully. And that's horrible. But it's naturally what happens, and so when I'm talking about Crisp and Quake being the same cereal, I was thinking about Lao Tzu or Lao Tse and how he says the Tao is like a oh God, the Tao is it changes its shape but not its form. It's like a bellows. The Tao is like a bellows. It changes its shape but not its form. And so you can't see the forest for the trees sometimes. But that's the best example. And then I was thinking of. In the Prophet by Khalil Gibran and he says, a man's love, a man changes, but not his love. So you change, but in some ways you stay the same. So on the outside you change, but on the inside you don't necessarily. So you have to look deeper into what's inside people and what's important about the people that you meet. So that's my take on this poem.